How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the GKP. Well, autumn is just around the corner and we are on with the usual damp, wet, miserable weekends. We've just nicely got all the garden sorted out, by which I mean cutting the grass in the rain, trimming a few of the plants back, but now we're in the process of topping back up the pond from a filter clean that we've just done. Everything is doing pretty good, everything's fine, water parameters are all cock on, which brings me on to another subject. I have been trying out some new products, and one of them, which we used, which I showed in one of the other videos, supplied by Perfect Aquatics, was the fresh PSP. Now, done a cracking job up to press. Ammonia levels are back down to a stable level. Saying that, there could be another reason for that too, as we have knocked off the feeder now because the fish just aren't feeding like they was. The feeder's no longer going to be used until, well, perhaps maybe if we get this bit of a heat wave that's supposed to be coming in, which I doubt very much. I think we'll be going back to the case of now of bringing the feeder back in and storing that away until we come through to next season, end of spring and beginning of summer. Bear with me a second while I just switch. In fact, I'll take you with me, why not? Pond's almost fully topped up, and with the rain that we've been getting of a late, I'm going to just give that a quick flick. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. And can we shite? Put you guys on the tripod for a minute. There we go, that switched that off. We've got the mini pond we need to top up because that's a little on the low side. It needs a bit of a top up. Now in there are a few little koi which I took out of the tank. Some that I'm prepared to give from the growing show with a difference, a little bit more of a chance to grow a bit more. I've taken them out of the out of the tropical fish tank, and the reason for is I've only got the one goldfish in here. It seems silly having this pond up and running and not really having anything other than the one goldfish and the 3 axolotls, so I've dropped a few of them in there. The others unfortunately didn't make the grade, and I'm just giving those guys the chance and the opportunity to see what they become. We have a couple of new additions to the pond, which is my Karashigoi there from New Forest Koi. We've got the King Deutsch Shower there from New Forest Koi, and we also have my Deutsch Achiever from the 2024 Koi Tubers Fest, which is just down underneath there. My new Goshki that I got from the All England Koi Show. I think I've said that right. No, don't know if I did or not. Newark Koi Show this year from Perfect Aquatics, just down in there as well. And just down in here is also another little one. He keeps hiding down here at plants, but most of them are packed up and settling in to these colder temperatures again. They ain't been all that active, they ain't been feeding all that much. Not while it's been as cold as what it has. So we've just done a big water change, a filter clean, and re-topped up from the filter clean. So dropped out 3 barrels times 3, 100 litres. So we've just done a 900 litre water change. But as you can see there, I had my hose pipe running in and I was straight from the tap. And I like you might be thinking, what about the chlorine? What about the chloramine? And all the rest of it? But I have found a new product and I'm giving this new product a try. So far it's had pretty damn good results, but it's not a conventional product which is used for koi, but it is a product which is used, and it's used a hell of a lot, for tropicals. It removes chlorine and chloramine and ammonia and detoxifies nitrate and nitrite and nitrate, and the product is called Safe. Safe is a complete and concentrated dry conditioner for both fresh and salt water. Safe removes chlorine, chloramine and ammonia. Safe converts ammonia into safe non-toxic form that is readily removed by the tank's biofilter, i.e. koi filter, pond filters. May be used during tank cycling or alternative or high cycling to alternatively eliminate ammonia nitrite toxicity. Safe detoxifies nitrite and nitrate, allowing biofilter to more efficiently remove them. Safe is non-acidic and will not impact pH. Will not overactivate skimmers. Use at the startup and whenever adding or replacing water. So this stuff is what I've been using and giving a bit of a trial. It says directions: use 1.25 grams or a quarter teaspoon for every 1,250 litres. As needed to reduce chlorine and chloramines at 1.25 grams for every 300 litres or gallons for ammonia. May be added to aquariums directly, but better added to new water first. Adding directly to aquarium based dose on aquarium volumes for extremely high chlorine concentrations. A double dose may be used safely to detoxify nitrite and nitrate in an emergency. Up to 4 times normal dose may be used if temperatures is between 30 degrees C and 86 degrees Fahrenheit, or chlorine or ammonia levels are low. Use a half dose. Now apparently this stuff treats 250 grams, treats up to 240,000 litres or 60 US gallons. And so far guys, I did have some high levels of ammonia, and I think within conjunction of the PSB that I used, and I haven't added any since the first week, I'm banging a little bit of this in, as one, levelled off my ammonia in the pond. 2, it, like it says, makes the nitrite and nitrate less toxifying so that the filter system can remove them safely. I've done a water test today, first thing, before I start doing anything else, before I started any water changes or anything like that, and my ammonia was bang on, nitrate was bang on, nitrate was slightly high, not massively high, but obviously the lilies and the plants in the pond would have been taking care of that, but they're not going to be consuming as much now as they're all starting to get to the end of their life. We've got a couple of lilies flowering just there, but I can't really see them doing any much more this season. I would imagine now that the remainder of the time the lilies will be using less and less, which is obviously not going to be consumed as much then by the nitrifying bacteria cycle, which is, you know, ammonium nitrite, nitrate, and then consumed by plants. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on them. But this stuff, that product, actually makes it so it's more safer in your water, detoxifies it, and then we should be able to water change those out. But the ammonia is absolutely cock on. Brilliant product, I think. Again, like I said, safe, which is what the product's called, removes chlorine and chloramine and ammonia and detoxifies nitrite and nitrate. Good little product, and 250 grams does 240,000 litres. It's not really a product aimed at ponds, it's aimed at tropical fish. But when we're talking about those volumes, 240,000 litres, that's a hell of a large water volume for a tank. But I would imagine there will be tanks out there that do contain that amount of water. So I thought, sod it, why not? We'll give it a try. We've banged it in, and the fish all doing perfectly fine. And parameters in the pond are absolutely cock on. And bearing in mind, guys, that although PSB is brilliant for boosting your filter system, which I think is what my filter really needed at the time, and that I've just added, let me think, 5 new fish in the last few weeks. That's a lot of extra load or bio load on the filter. The PSB was used to boost the beneficial bacteria in the pond and stabilise things, and done a damn good job. The stuff stinks, but in conjunction with this, to make sure that I've got no chlorines and chloramines. Now, I don't believe Yorkshire water has chloramine in it anyway, but it does have chlorine, and for the sake of, I think this was £9.50, and you only need a teaspoon every time you add fresh water with, you know, containing of chlorine, it makes it safer and better for my fish without having to go through a big blue or a dechlorinator. By the time you've paid for cartridges, by the time you've paid for charcoal to go through a big blue or a dechlorinator, 3-stage cartridges, this stuff outprices it by far. £9.50, and will probably do me a couple of years of what I'm going to be doing, so that I don't need to add any other products. It detoxifies nitrite and nitrate, it removes ammonia, so when you're feeding heavy like I have been doing, perfect combination to make sure that my fish and my pond stay healthy. Plus the added extra bonus of removing chlorine and chloramines should you have them. I don't believe Yorkshire water or my area has chloramine in their water. The fish seem happier. They don't seem happy with the temperatures that we've been getting over lately. As I said, they're 13.8 degrees, and we've got outside temperatures of 16 degrees at the highest. I was going to need a new battery in a bit before long, but the product seems to be doing a good job. Fish all seem more chilled out. There's not as much flashing when I'm topping up the water. What I've done is added it straight into a bucket of water, mixed it up, and then just poured it into the pond, and then started adding and topping up my pond, and everybody seems a lot more chilled out, which is good. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll let you know how it goes on and how I carry on giving it a use. As up to press, safe. Seems like it does a good job. In conjunction with the PSB, it looks to be doing a fantastic job. Filter system's caught up. Again, like I said, I just added another 3 fish, so that should have been an increase, a spike in ammonia in my pond from 3 extra fish being added in, because one of them's over 40 cm. One of them was over 30 cm, and the other one's a little 21 or 22 cm. So 3 more fish gone in. Should have had an ammonia spike, and we haven't. So that's good. I'll let you know. We shall keep trying it and having a go with it. I'm just going to get the mini pond topped back up. Once I've got that, I'll be back with Unity. So guys, all basically done. You don't need hardly any of this stuff at all. Teaspoon, the product itself. Now obviously you need a tiny little bit of this, and that's probably going to be way too much, but you can't overdose on it again. So a tiny little bit in the bottom of the bucket, and I'll show you again so you can see. That's all I've added to this, is that tiny little amount there. And now all I'm going to do, bang on the hose pipe, dissolve it in some water. And then I'm going to wang that in the pond, and that's going to dechlorinate the water that I'm adding in. And then I'll just top up the pond with the remaining. There we go. Banging in. Oh, I nearly spilled that everywhere then. Banging in this bucket of water. This will just probably top up the pond to its maximum level. And now I know the water that's gone in there is chlorine free and safe for all those fish that are in there too. Yeah. Good little product, cheap as chips, and does a great job. Saving the need for expensive dechlorinators, i.e., you know, dechlorinator in itself ain't a cheap product and don't produce no any of that. Sodium biosulfate does exactly the same kind of thing, I would imagine. It's probably on an equal par to sodium biosulfate in the sense of dechlorinates. But this one, not only does it dechlorinate, like I said, detoxifies nitrite and nitrate, which makes it even better when you've been doing what I've been doing and feeding heavier than what I probably ever have done. But we'll see, keep monitoring it, keep trying it, see what the process and see what the product does. So far so good. I haven't had any negative effects from it. All the koi have been perfectly fine and seem a hell of a lot more relaxed and a lot more chilled out when I've been adding fresh water. Obviously, chlorine levels going up in your pond ain't good. Everybody knows that it's not a good thing to be having in there with your fish. I don't know exactly the levels of chlorine within my tap water, but obviously we all have it, and if it's not going to be doing the fish any good, it's time to start making a difference. I used to use dechlorinator liquids, you know, like a bottle of it, and use and have that, but this stuff is by far cheaper, but also has the beneficial other elements that it does as well. So it removes ammonia and detoxifies nitrite and nitrate. So let's see how it does. I'll let you know. I picked it up and purchased it off Amazon, so it's readily available. See what you think. See what it does, see what of a difference it makes to your pond. I will say that when I first added it the first time and did the water test prior to it, I had high levels of ammonia, and I left it an hour, retested, and no levels of ammonia. So it's pretty damn good. Keeps your fish in safer water conditions, keeps your fish healthier, keeps your chlorine levels down, and removes it. So all round, got to be a good thing for the fish. So far so good, but like I said, it's only a product that I've used and tried and given it a sample test to see what it does. But everybody seems like they're all doing okay, so no negative effects. But like I said, not necessarily designed for the koi industry, but used very widely in the tropical community. But you know, does its job and works for that. It's got to be exactly the same and work just for us keeping koi. But it's something I'll give a try, you know, and I'll let you know how it goes on, guys. Up to press, like I said, impressed with it. It's exactly what it says on the bottle, safe, which is what we want as fish in better water conditions and safer water conditions. Just give them a tiny little bit of food there, see if they're interested. And they are. A few of them coming up for a little bit of something to eat. Let's see if I can get the new fish on camera for you. There is the new Deutsch Kinshasa just out here. There is the new Goski just underneath there. A bit hard to see with the protein bubbles on the surface. But there's the new Karashigoi, Deutsch Karashigoi from New Forest Koi. Doing a little bit more. There's a new Ginrin Deutsch Achiba from New Forest Koi. Oh no, everything seems to be doing pretty damn good. And I've got a couple of fish that I am going to give to my dad. Get the numbers down a little bit. But we'll see how things go for now. I'm going to be doing a blow up session in the next, maybe the next video. Just giving them a good health check, checking them all over, make sure that they're all good. We're going through and into the winter, make sure there's no problems. There's the new Goski just coming in down here. That's looking good. Benny's popping on that, looks nice. I do think I have a bit of, there we go, there's a new Karashigoi, Deutsch Karashigoi with Akame, nice red eyes, looks lovely. Big thanks to Rick from New Forest Koi for sorting me out with that. And there, that is, you can just see it just down there, the new Deutsch Kinshasa, which was one of the, it started off as the yellow hornets that we put in the short, and the ones that I brought up and showed on the live this week. But the fish have done some growing this year, not crazy amounts, not stupid amounts obviously. But everybody's looking good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a bit of a better season next year, and we can get some growth in them. but we'll see. See how they progress. I will say this much: the Yamabuki Ogon, which I got from Rick from New Forest Koi, that's done some growing. Let's put some decent size on it. Just the big Yamabuki, which I got from Perfect Aquatics, is down at bottom end somewhere. Oh, there it is, just there in the middle. That's looking well. We're up to press, yeah. Everybody seems to be doing okay. Not feeding crazy, obviously, but that's all the first thing they've had today. But I do think I need to treat for parasites, so hopefully one of these evenings this week when I get home I'll be doing a scrape. The Sura's looking a little pink, so we've probably got something in the pond again, and if we have, we'll be going into a treatment and get them all sorted out and parasite free before we go through into the winter months. There you go, there's a new little achiever that just come up to the top there. I'll leave them to have a little bit of a scram. We're going to get ourselves a filter all wrapped up, cleaned up, everything sided away, and hopefully, oh, crap again, keep losing my coffee, man, I keep leaving it going cold. Hopefully we get some slightly better weather than all this miserable crap rain we've been getting. It has been shocking for a season. For the koi season itself, it's not been the best at all. I have got a few bits and bats I want to put up in my shelf, in my shed as well. So I'm going to go grab them from inside the house, and I'm going to get some pins and get those pinned up. A couple of little stuff I've had printed off. Bear with me a sec, I'll be right back. So guys, that's them done. Ooh, I need to take that peg off the overflow, because I use the overflow to pump the pond out. If the overflow, sorry, the anti-shut off drops, water level drops, it switches the pumps off, and I need it to pump it out. So I need to remind myself to take that peg off. I'll just peg it to the line. One of the other places that I've been using a safe is in here. I'll show you. In the GKP HQ. And the reason why I've been using it in here, and the reason why I still actually, there's a sneaky koi that managed to make its way and hide behind the back of the rocks when I give everything a clean out. So that one, although it's got a slightly misshapen head and its pecs out just right, it's quite a pretty pattern colour, so we're going to see what that one does, but that one too will be going outside. But if you look in here now guys, you'll see that we have a tank full of Tamasaba. These are all Daz's first spawning with the Tamasaba which he purchased. We've got a couple of them with a little few patterns showing on it there already, and that one there. But the majority of these ones are all gold at present, but I do believe that in time these will be changing colours. As you can see, they're being fed well. Look at the length of the pole that they've got hanging off of them, like bloody kite tails. But they're being fed well. So whilst they're being fed well, obviously we're going to have an increase in nitrite and nitrate in the tropical tank and ammonia, and obviously when topping up, the safe is used to remove the chlorine too. So whilst I've been doing the services and cleans on the tank, I've been putting the tiniest little bit into a bit of water, mixing it up and adding it to the tropical tank as well. which is no longer really a tropical. We've only got these. We've got 1, 2, 3, the big plate which is behind the back, and the 2 corridori in here that are good bottom cleaners. But these guys are feeding like crazy. I'm starting to get some good size to them. The little podgy bellies coming, so hopefully I'm going to get to see how these Tamasaba develop throughout the next couple of months and through the winter period. And they're going to stay in here and see how the patterns and colours develop. And I'll keep you all up to date with that one as well. So that's tropical tank, mini pond, and the main pond, all done and sorted. There you go. Get a bit of a look at him. There's the new Karashi. Everybody's looking good. I do think we've got parasites in there again, but it's almost damn near mission impossible, isn't it, to get rid of the damn things. When you're introducing new stock, there's bound to be a little the odd unwelcome guest come with them, but it is what it is. I would be treating the pond anyway before we go into the winter period to make sure that they're not sat harbouring anything throughout the winter. So hopefully one night this week we'll be getting a couple of scrapes done and seeing what we're dealing with, and once we work out what we're dealing with, we'll be treating accordingly. We should have everything we need. So we've got fluke treatment, we've got Alprex, we've got FMG mixture, we've got aquaflavin, we've got PP, we've got hydrogen peroxide. We've got everything we pretty much need. Anything that we should come up against, we've got the products to get rid of them, which will be the next chapter that I will be attending to throughout this next upcoming week. Anyway guys, just a little one, just a quick short one, just mainly to tell you about the new product that I'm giving a try. Well, I'll keep you all up to date. I'll let you know how things go. I'll also keep you up to date with the progression of the Tamasaba, and we'll see what they develop like through over this Christmas period. Usual thing guys, if you've been enjoying this kind of content, do us a huge favour, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Until next time guys, keep smiling. We'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, all.